AskReddit by Crisp Bacon. What is falsely seen as a sign of maturity? Not acting childish. Sounds so strange, but the most mature people usually have no problem tapping into their childish or silly sides. Immature people overdo it trying to be cool. Conversely, telling someone they're a stick in the mud because they aren't comfortable acting a certain way. I'm a naturally reserved person. I like quiet music, peaceful settings, and spend a lot of time in quiet contemplation. It doesn't mean there is something wrong with me. Not feeling required to be a certain way is probably the best all around for this. Being in a relationship. Having kids. Working 60+ hours a week. I need folk to understand working 60+ hours, and being proud isn't the flex they think it is. Edit. Holy crap, hello all 2000 of you. Stop enjoying. My dad in a nutshell. Stop being happy with your steady job that pays enough so you can afford whatever you want and leaves you with tons of free time. Life and work need to be a grind and a fight, or you're not doing it right. I guess that's my gift to him, so he can have something to be angry about, the only thing that makes him happy. Age. Age no longer brings wisdom, as lack of wisdom no longer prevents aging. Having a spouse and kids. My family thinks I am skirting responsibility by not having kids. I know a lot of people who had them thinking they were obligated to, and neglect them. I remember telling somebody I know from college I don't want them ever, and she said, "My boyfriend's not afraid to take responsibility and have kids," as if I wasn't a real man for not having them, lol. For some, it's a sign of virility and maturity. Being above humor and putting others down for joking around. When you are a true adult, you can also know how to be a child. The other day, a cousin of mine, 20Y, made fun of my sibling, 25Y, for wanting to go to an amusement park ride one of the fastest roller coasters in the country, saying rides are for kids. Grow up. Excuse me, but that is a sad view of life right there. Giving up things you enjoy because they're childish. Giving up or belittling adults for enjoying what they like is childish. An older colleague friend once said to me there is a difference between childish and childlike. She said this when I was feeling self-conscious about being a grown adult but still liking many things we are taught that only kids are supposed to like. Deleted. I would add confidence is being able to learn and change without feeling like you're being attacked. I have confidence in myself enough to acknowledge when I'm wrong and not lose that confidence. Being stiff and mature. Basically putting yourself above others due to their position in comparison to yourself. That just shows insecurity, if anything. When the eldest child is made to be a third parent and is good at it, it does not mean they are mature. They are still children forced to raise their siblings. Parentified child. It results in emotional immaturity and other psychological issues. They don't get to be kids themselves. Not apologizing to younger people. Also treating everyone younger as you like they are a kid, even if they are an adult. Talking about sex, drinking. I had a coworker who was 2 years older than me constantly call me a kid because, unlike her, I don't talk about how much I need a good fucking from my boyfriend while at work. Bitch, we are at the exact same point in our lives. These 2 years of difference between you and me would have mattered if we were in high school, but we're at work and I honestly don't care to hear how unsatisfied you were with that fucking while I'm peeling freaking watermelons. Peeling watermelon sounds wrong in my head, but I have no solution for anything that would sound better. Getting married or being a parent. A beard. Mine started to be full with 14, but I was still a FKN kid though. Same for a girl with curves. They start at 11. Having a career requiring very specialized expertise. I know doctors and lawyers who are incredibly emotionally immature. Their kids are usually good evidence of this hidden secret. You mean having a career that must be prioritized over your family can have detrimental effects? Yes. Having children. You can have children when you're 13. Doesn't make you an adult. Girls getting their period. A lot of people think girls become women when they start their period. I was 10 when I started mine and still a literal child. Taking yourself too seriously. Being too old for something you consider juvenile. Games, cartoons, toys, whatever. Nothing screams immature to me like ignoring something you love or putting someone else down for what they love because you think it's for kids. Having a high position in a hierarchical company. What is perceived as merit is too often just favoritism in masquerade. Using adult language. I just learned what defenestration means and I'm damn well gonna use it. Age. There's nothing less attractive than a 40-year-old, 20-year-old. Constant settling. Yes. It's true that you can't always get what you want, but so many people just accept shitty jobs, partners, homes, etc. because grow up. Step into the real world. This is just how it is. The expectation of constant instant gratification is immature, but it's perfectly fine to pursue the things you want and have a firm and changing standard for what you will and won't accept. On the flip side, the concept of going for the gold is also false maturity. Maturity is realizing that it's okay to just want the bronze. The understanding of settling for less versus having your own standard for achievement is true maturity. Putting others down. Acting like you're above it all. Career position. Met a lot of people in high positions that were just children outside of work. Sex. Yes. I remember when some kids in our class thought they were being super mature when they were having sex together when they were 13 or 14. Apparently at least some of them didn't even like the sex. They just wanted to be cool and adulty by doing it. Smoking or anything of the sort. Former smoker reporting. One of the worst mistakes I have made in my life. I got out before it hurt me mortally, but I'm asthmatic now because I was that stupid little wise ass who thought smoking was cool back in the mid-90s. Asthma isn't the joke in real life that it is on TV sitcoms. Every time I get the flu, I end up in the hospital because my lungs don't have the same ability to weather the illness the way they would had I not smoked. If it's not air, don't breath it. You don't want to know the things I know about pulmonary inflammation. The ability to drink alcohol is falsely seen as a sign of maturity. Trauma and neglect. When kids experience trauma and neglect, it's said that they act more mature. In reality, they can develop a large range of psychological disorders. I like to describe my trauma state as old and young. It feels like I've lived out my entire life, and yet in many ways I'm mentally and emotionally stunted. Having children. I've seen adults behave worse than toddlers.